Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of the Bionicle. In the time, before 2000, the great LEGO company faced their darkest days, suffering from a financial downgrade. It was a dangerously low point of their history, but Bob Thompson, Christian Faber, and Greg Farsty, among other employees, illuminated them with a new concept: the Biological Chronicles. They embraced these gifts, and in gratitude, they named their new toy line after these words as Bionicle.
How did you know all of this?
I was there, Ravage. I was there
3,000 years ago.
You can't even imagine how excited I am that I can finally talk about my all-time favorite LEGO theme. Bionicle was a huge part of my childhood and a huge part of LEGO's history because it literally saved them from bankruptcy. Yes, that means without Bionicle, the Danish company does not exist today. So LEGO, please, can we get something for the next year as the 25th anniversary gift? If you're not familiar with the lore, I will link a summary video from DuckBricks. Just keep that in mind, it's in chronological order, not in released order, so it's full of spoilers.
Okay, then I just quickly check on it.
Ravage, I don't think we have time for that at the moment.
Come on, Silver, it's just a summary video about a child's toy. I'm sure I can... It's more than 9 hours long.
Yeah, if we are talking about the Biological Chronicles, then we are talking about the Biological Chronicles a lot, because the lore is ginormous. A lot of characters, places, artifacts, history, etc. And also, back in the day, there wasn't just a core series like nowadays for Ninjago, Monkey Kid or Dreams. The Bionicle storyline was spread across books, comics, video games, movies, audiobooks. So I will leave a bunch of links for some websites, so you can use those if you want to familiarize with the lore. But is it worth it though? Absolutely. This was a blast back in 2000, a fantastic adventure about friendship, cultures, victories, defeats, sacrifices, unity, duty, and destiny, so I can highly recommend you check it out. It's the Lord of the Rings of LEGO's own IP. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. And this is the perfect time to make a video about this franchise, because we have the Bionicle Day on this weekend for the 20th anniversary of the second movie. Unfortunately, I'm not participating in the event, I was a little bit late to apply, maybe next year, but I still wanted to give my respectful take on this legendary day, so I decided to review all Generation 1 versions of Toa Tahu, the Spirit of Fire. So let's take a look at them with my partner Ravage.
That was a long exposition.
And we are not finished yet.
What?
At the beginning of the toy line, we got 6 of these biomechanical beings, not robots. These are living creatures with tissues and organs, so they are more like cyborgs than pure machines, with some exceptions. They were the Toa Mata, the 6 heroes who will protect the island of Mata Nui from the evil Makuta. They were Lua, Agile Toa of Air, Gali, Noble Toa of Water, Pohatu, Mighty Toa of Stone, Onua, Wise Toa of Earth, Kopaka, Powerful Toa of Ice, and today's subject, Tahu, Courageous Toa of Fire, the leader of the team.
But ice and water are the same, just like stone and earth.
Because we are not only reviewing these figures today, but also we're gonna find out which one is the best Tahu, I would like to focus on 5 major points: design, build, posability, play features, and add-ons. Let's start the line with the Toa Mata form, the very first Tahu released in 2001. The design is a classic take from the past. It was an experimenting phase of LEGO, so they used a lot of technique, slicers and Roboriders pieces. Those were the dad and granddad of the Bionicle line, so we have a lot of nice details, hydraulics, panels, gears. I love it back and forth. No wonder, because this specific character became the face of Bionicle itself, especially his mask, the Hau, Mask of Shielding. With this, he can create an energy bubble around him, yes, just like the droidicas from Star Wars. Speaking of masks, this is our main thing in the Mata Nui universe, where the story takes place, and this is our main play feature. As you can see, if we are turning this gear on the back, we will move his left arm, and because the masks are on a slightly loose connection, you can battle with your friends by removing the mask from your opponent, which was kind of fun when we were kids with my brothers. But here comes the real deal, the add-ons, the different versions of each mask. You can collect them from different bags sold separately, and today they can be really pricey. And I mean really pricey.
But these were really cheap when you were a kid, right?
I know, Ravesh, you don't have to remind me, I missed an opportunity here.
You're welcome.
But if you have these masks, you can change them on the Toa, so they can use different powers, which are actually in the lore. Speaking of lore, I forgot to mention they released these figures in plastic canisters, so you can bring your toys everywhere, and it was the part of the lore as the main storage for these warriors. They use these as transport to reach the island of Mata Nui. As for the build and the posability, yeah, this is where the figures suffer the most. Don't get me wrong, the ball joints are fine, they get the job done, but we don't have enough range, missing the knee or elbow joints. We have zero head articulation, and these ball joint sockets can break too easily. You have no idea how many times I changed these through the years.
So points for design, play features and add-ons, and 0 point for build and posability. That means I will give 3 masks out of 5.
Good thinking, Ravage. It's a good figure from the past, I love it. But if we take off the nostalgia glasses, then yeah, he is far from perfect. But overall, I can still recommend him, especially for collectors. I mean, come on guys, this is the definitive first Toa what we ever get, and also a fun little fellow. At this point in the lore, Tahu and the others upgraded themselves with Protothermis armor. That's how we get the Toa Nuva form, released in 2002, which is a more powerful version of the Toa Mata form. I will try to be not too biased with this one because he was my very first Toa, what I ever owned. I played the crap out of this guy, but first things first, the design is fantastic. Just look at this shoulder and chest armor, the whole guy is buffed as hell. The mask got an organic melted design, we have the same option to change different masks just like before, and the swords are just epic. We can put them into Darth Maul style, double wielding style. Yes, we can still use the gears for the same play feature, double the fun, and we can use them as a lava surfboard. Do you have any more questions?
Or the issues with the posability and build remain the same?
God damn it, Ravage, yes, they are the same.
So that means...
But we have more play features with the swords and the double gears plus the armor.
I don't care if you're biased, still 3 out of 5.
Damn it! Fine, but it's still a wonderful and fun figure, a bit better than the previous form. However, it's basically the same build, we have the same issues as well. But I still love this guy, he's just so cool. Just a little note, I also have a special poisoned version of this mask. If you saw the first movie, you will get the reference. Next up in the lore, the Toa got upgraded masks and armors from Artaka, and they become Toa Mistika and Toa Fantoka. But they still call themselves Toa Nuva, don't question it, but in this new form, they also get the ability to fly. Sorry Leo, this is not your unique power anymore. This set is released in 2008, so at this point 6 years are passed since the previous version, and I think you can see that because the build and design changed a lot. It's much bigger, contains twice the piece number than before, and yes, posability wise, he finally got some knee and elbow articulation, so he can hold some very good poses. We even have more silver parts as well, 4 turbines for flying maneuvers, a spinning blade which is cool and all, but I like the sword more, and of course the Ninra Ghost Blaster, and yes, you can actually fire this thing.
I love the sound it makes, it's so funny. He will definitely scare the enemy with this.
We don't have the gears anymore, so we have a different play feature at the back. If you have an AV Matorian, you can combine the two to make Tahu even stronger. So far so good, we have a nice design, a good build, a very good posability, and a ton of play features. But we are lacking on add-ons and collectibles, unless we are not counting the Matoran for the back, but we still lost a ton of fun with the different mask variations. We have only this one, and also we have a problem with the overall look.
But you just said the design is nice.
Yes, I think it still is, but it's just not perfect. The legs and arms are a little bit too long and skinny, the chest area is a little bit half-baked and hollow, and the mask, don't get me wrong, it's a neat design, but it's not Tahu. It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
It's more like a Roman warrior style mask, and I think it's really good for other characters, but not for Tahu. He really stands out from the rest of the versions, which is a shame because this set is nearly perfect. They almost got it.
So, 4 out of 5?
A really nice 4 out of 5. If we are checking the overall figure, I think this is still a really good set. I'm happy about it, but at the same time a little bit sad he is not perfect because he's just so much fun. At the end of the lore, Mata Nui changed Tahu back to his original Toa Mata form. That's how in 2010, at the end of the whole toy line, we got the Bionicle stars and... Ooh... I mean, you can say we at least get something at the end of Bionicle, but it's still a huge step back on almost every front. We got half the piece numbers as the very first version, so it's extremely small, the posability sucks, we don't have any kind of play features, and they basically just reuse the AV Matoran build.
Wait a sec. What did you just say about the previous version?
The Tahu Mistika, you can combine an AV Matoran to... Oh! Other than this, we have one little kind of add-on thing with this figure because it included a golden mask, and if you collected all of the Bionicle stars, then you can use all 6 golden pieces to build the ultimate powerful version of Tahu, the Golden Bionicle. I mean, it's still bad, but in gold. And the design is, I would say, not bad. We have some nice details here and there. I kind of like it, so I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with everything else.
So add-ons and design. 2 out of 5?
I think this figure gets more hate because it's a huge step back compared to the previous iterations. It still can be a fun toy, but definitely the worst among the Tahu figures, so I can't really recommend him unless you're like me and want to complete your collection. So there we have it, every version of Tahu from the classic Generation 1 toy line. However, in 2023 we got the gift with purchase version as a brick build Toa Mata, which looks blocky, yes, but in a charming way. They use the same colors, and I think the design is really close to the original. By the way, this black ball joint piece on the chest is the only piece which is the same on both versions. I like these black pieces as they represent the gear function of the original. The transparent fire sword is neat, and the posability is nice as well. We finally have some nice articulations again. We don't have play features or add-ons, but we have some accessories like this mini diorama. I'm sure the real fans already recognized it, but if you don't know, these are 2 little stones representing Mata Nui and Makuta. The elders of the village known as the Turaga used these stones to tell the legendary story of the 2 brothers to the villagers known as Matoran. Speaking of Matoran, we also get one more figure in this set who is none other than the one and only
Holy hell, what was that?
It's just a meme among Bionicle fans.
There are Bionicle memes?
He was the chronicler of the Matoran universe, and this specific version is from the Mata Nui online game. Look, he even got his little backpack for his inventory and the Kanoka disc. The build is really cute, not too posable but fun. Unfortunately, I don't have the original version of this figure, that was slightly bigger and better, but I adore both of them because this character is just a little light of our heart.
What are you saying with this?
Well, let's just say he's
always different.
We have transparent pieces on the back of his heads representing the eyepieces of the original, and yes, you can remove the masks just like in the original. The creators even made a joke about instead of the mouth, they use the eyes now to connect the masks. Before I forgot, yes, naturally you can mix and match the original masks as well. I left the best for last, the diorama lava piece. This black circle represents the top of the old canisters, and you can put Tahu on the surfboard too. Okay guys, this is just epic. They literally copied the canister box art, a nice homage to the original version. I can say that about the whole figure. Plus, you can even put the little guy on Tahu's back for a little movie reference.
Chronicler! Sightseeing, were ya?
So no add-ons and play features, but we get a nice design, good posability and a bunch of accessories. Easy 3 out of 5.
You can still buy this at the moment from Amazon or Bricklink in a fresh new box. It was a lovely little gift with purchase. I hope we will get something for 2025 as well for the anniversary, because in the end, I just adore this little pack.
Wait a minute, what about the Tahu figure from the LEGO Creator set?
Ravage, that's just a little brick. I mean, literally, it's nothing more than a meme.
So, this is legendary?
This is legendary.
This is legendary!
For some size comparison, here they are next to my LEGO minifigure, Mata Nui, Waki Nurak.
You stupid, ugly son of a
The upscaled LEGO minifigure, some of my own Bionicle MOCs, Toa Matoro, you'll never be forgotten, my friend, Cole's Titan Dragon Mech, and of course the inimitable MPP-10Z Weijang Masterpiece Optimus Prime. What can we tell about these 5 Toa Tahu figures in the end? I love them. All. Yes, even you. We had our pros and cons, ups and downs, but in the end, this character is an absolute legend, and he will be a legendary figure in my eyes. We saw an evolution of a character through this video, but we still have the question which one is the best among the 5. If we are checking all the points what we stated at the beginning, objectively Toa Mistika is the best as a toy, nicely posable, nicely designed with some really fun features, but if you're asking my subjective opinion, then the best is Toa Nuva, still a blast to this day with this sick design, and especially with the sick blades. We have 3 different modes for playability. He is the definitive Tahu to me for sure. The classic Mata form is the symbol of the beginning, the stars form is the symbol of the end, and the system brick build version is the symbol of memory. I'm sure you will find your own favorites. State your choices in the comments down below. Which one is your favorite Tahu or other character of this fantastic franchise? And for those who didn't know this word until this point, I can highly recommend checking out the different media sources, the movies, or just the fantastic soundtrack and music.
By the way, did you know they actually create a band named Cryoshell just to make Bionicle music? Neat.
Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description for Bionicle Day. I'm really excited about it. After Bionicle ended, we got Hero Factory as the new character and creature building system, or CCB for short, but it only lived for a short period of time. After that, LEGO destroyed the molds for the pieces, and with that, the buildable toy line ended for good. But the legacy will live on in pieces invented for the Toa, Easter eggs across the different sets, and especially in the heart of the passionate fans who are creating new content to this day, because Bionicle isn't just another toy line from LEGO, it's about a journey, an adventure, a legendary tale, a path full of obstacles, and about our heroes, the Toa, who will deal with those obstacles to literally save an entire universe. It's about remembering deeds past and bringing hope to the future. United in duty, bound in destiny. This is the way
of the Bionicle.